Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Minnesota Vikings and the New England Patriots. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Line 20. Line 54. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Safarian Jenkins has it.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And shedding through the tackle. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Go.
On second down, it's Cook. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Looking to throw. Back. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, first and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. He's got a first down past the 30. And all the way up to the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Cyrus Jones picks it. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
They'll run it. This is Michel. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
12 yards there, first down Vikings. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 25-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Second and 1. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on third and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number 1, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, gone. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Off the draw, here's Michel. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Oh, some strong running. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Austin Seferian-Jenkins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Deon Cain, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, here's Goff. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
To throw is Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
New England on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back to throw. Beck. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He's got Smith here. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Alexander Madison, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Well, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Let's go.
They start the drive with Cook. And some room to maneuver. So we've reached halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 58 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 17 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Off play action. Here's Goff. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. On first and 10, Goff. Catch is made by Harry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay that they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. He's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Danielle Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Goff. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw. Grant. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Let's get it.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
They'll run on first down. Mills. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. They'll check this one down to Michel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. On first down, Grant. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll run out of the gun with Michel. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd down, Grant. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the ball is knocked out. This quarterback now, a perfect 5 of 5 since taking over. They haven't missed a beat. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Grant. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Back now in Foxborough. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On the ground, Michel. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down where they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Here we go. 70, Indy.
54. Me and you all day. I'm coming.
Operating from the gun. Grant. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. 2nd and 15. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Gets it to Gordon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter, you're going. On 4th down, Grant. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. N'Keal Harry, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually...
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. From the gun, Grant, he's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On 1st down, it's Mills. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mills, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
19 yards there on the catch and run. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Back. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still second down.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Looking to throw. Grant. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. And they take a knee. Here's Matt Wild now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments